Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I am Farah Khairin binti Muhaidin Kadir and my metric number is A23A1950. I am very much honored to be standing here today representing group number 11 on this pleasant day to do a presentation about the strategic business plan expansion for our company named VTech Private Limited, which we have decided to open a branch in Vietnam to carry out our business operation. To start off, let's have a look at the company's background. VTech Private Limited, a leading technology company, is focusing on intelligent technology aiming to boost growth and success. The company, known for its technological history, clear vision and innovative products, is aiming to differentiate itself in a rapidly growing market. VTech's strategic planning relies on market analysis to understand tablet market size and growth trends. This allows for targeted marketing, targeting children's and professional tablets, increasing market success. SWOT analysis helps identify competitors and strengths, while the company's development history and consumer needs are considered. VTech's financial performance is strong, with positive cash flow and increased net profitability. Its strengths lie in innovation, diverse product range, and customer relations. The company has set business expansion objectives, including marketing, sales, and product innovation. VTech Private Limited's strategic plan focuses on success and risk management, using key performance indicators, or also known as KPIs, to measure achievements and risk analysis to identify potential problems, positioning the company for growth and excellence in the competitive tablet technology industry. Now, we will move on to the target market analysis. VTech Private Limited is conducting a detailed target market analysis to expand into emerging international markets, particularly in Vietnam, focusing on phones and tablets. This target market analysis can be divided into 6 simpler points, which are market size and demographic analysis, cultural, competition, regulation, economic factor, and lastly, consumer behavior and preferences. About market size and demographic analysis, the study examines Vietnam's technology market is focusing on phone and tablet customer segments. It reveals growth patterns and potential expansion opportunities for VTech Private Limited based on demographic analysis. Next is cultural. Target market analysis requires understanding the local traditions, social conduct, and attitudes towards technology consumption. VTech should modify value proposition and customer engagement strategies to align with Vietnamese cultural values. The third is competition. Analyzing competitors in the Vietnamese technological market, particularly those focusing on phones and tablets, provides a comprehensive understanding of market share, product portfolios, pricing strategies, and customer reviews. Next is regulation. Market entry requires understanding import and export laws, intellectual property legislation, and other legal aspects to navigate the regulatory environment, comply with compliance requirements, and manage risks effectively. The next is about economic factor. VTech should determine the best go-to-market strategy through collaborations with local retailers, e-commerce platforms, or direct sales force. Economic stability, inflation, and local purchasing power should be considered for costing policies. Barriers like trade regulations, cultural differences, and competitions must be identified and addressed. And lastly, it is about consumer behavior and preferences. The analysis considers consumer behavior, preferences, and technical infrastructure, including internet coverage and mobile penetration, to understand market preparedness for VTech's revolutionary goods and influence purchase decisions. Let's further on have a look on the sales and marketing strategies. VTech Private Limited can increase revenue and growth by effectively combining sales and marketing strategies. Marketing tactics increase awareness through social media, content production, and advertising, while sales strategies focus on direct customer interactions. These sales and marketing strategies can also be divided into 3 simpler points, which includes target audience analysis, digital marketing, and trade shows and events. Target audience analysis identifies the psychographic and demographic traits of your target audience, such as parents, educators, and educational institutions, if VTech specializes in educational technology. Whereas for digital marketing, utilize internet channels for VTech brand promotion, including advertising, content marketing, and social media to reach a wider audience and provide engaging material highlighting products' benefits. And lastly, it is about trade shows and events. VTech can showcase its products, build customer relationships, and gather feedback by attending relevant trade shows and educational conferences. To put all of this into a conclusion, VTech, a corporation specializing in educational technologies, employs a comprehensive sales and marketing strategy, including targeted audience analysis, digital marketing, and active participation in trade exhibits and educational events. Now, we will be going to the international trade consideration. VTech Private Limited plans to export tablets to Vietnam, requiring a thorough analysis of international dynamics, including trade regulations, logistics, and distribution channels. The first is trade regulations, which includes import regulations, customs procedures, list of customs documentations, export documenting and licensing, and lastly, tariffs. Now, let's look at import regulations. VTech should analyze Vietnam's electronic device import regulations, considering technical standards, safety certifications, and local requirements. Modifications and additional certifications may be necessary to comply. The second one is about custom procedures. VTech Private Limited should understand customs procedures for exporting tablets, particularly in Malaysia and Vietnam, to avoid delays, fines, and also rejections. Building good relationships with customs authorities helps stay updated, receive necessary guidance, and address issues beforehand. Next is about list of customs documentations. They are used internationally to communicate the origin of the product and its relevant tariff to allow customs and regulatory authorities to calculate what duty is payable and understand applicable restrictions. The examples of customs documentations is Declaration of Goods Imported and Declarations of Goods Exported. Looking at export document and licensing. Export document and license is actually a government document that authorizes or grants permission to conduct a specific export transaction and granted by the federal agencies regulating those items and situations. Next, let's look at tariffs. VTech Private Limited plans to export its products to Vietnam, focusing on understanding Vietnamese tariff rates for accurate cost estimation and pricing strategies. Exploring potential trade agreements could actually reduce tariff costs and make tablets more affordable. VTech should obtain lists of applicable tariffs and review the official tariff schedule by Vietnamese customs authorities. The harmonized system, or also known as HS code, determines specific tariff rates for tablets. Next, under international trade considerations, we also have logistics, which includes shipping and transportation and warehousing. First, let's look at shipping and transportation. VTech's tablet exports from Malaysia to Vietnam are primarily handled by air transportation due to its cost effectiveness and fast delivery requirements for sensitive, delicate products. Establishing a relationship with reputable carriers and logistics partners in Vietnam is crucial for secure and timely delivery, and regular good reviews are recommended to optimize efficiency. Now, let's look at warehousing. VTech's warehousing strategy should actually minimize lead times and storage costs by strategically positioning warehouses near major Vietnam airports. Local partnerships with logistics companies provide efficient storage practices, regulations, and streamlined distribution processes, enhancing VTech's ability to adapt to the Vietnamese market and ensure tablet availability. And lastly, under international trade considerations, we have distribution channels which includes market research and e-commerce platforms. Let's start off with market research. VTech Private Limited must conduct thorough market research to understand Vietnamese consumer preferences and behaviors, guiding effective distribution channels through local distributors, local presence, or Vietnamese retailers. Next, let's have a look at e-commerce platforms. VTech should explore more partnerships with established e-commerce platforms in Vietnam to expand product reach and cater to tech-savvy consumers in the e-commerce age. Now, let's move on to the barriers to entry for VTech Private Limited. This includes thorough identification of potential barriers to entry and well-developed strategies to overcome and mitigate barriers. Thorough identification of potential barriers to entry. It is a thorough analysis where it is conducted to identify potential obstacles that may hinder a business's entry into a new market, such as legal restrictions, cultural differences, or strong competition. It includes legal barriers, cultural barriers, and competitive barriers. We will look at the legal barriers now. Legal barriers are where VTech must thoroughly analyze and adhere to all legal requirements and regulations in the new market, including technology imports, intellectual property rights, and industry-specific laws. Whereas cultural barriers is where VTech must comprehend the cultural nuances of the new market, including language nuances, user habits, and local tailored features. And lastly, competitive barriers is where VTech can assess the level of competition in the new market by understanding the current market presence of its competitors. Moving on to the well-developed strategies to overcome or mitigate barriers. It is to overcome potential barriers in a new market. Companies should devise efficient plans using competitive techniques, cultural adaptations, or legal wrangling. And it includes legal strategies, cultural strategies, and competitive strategies. Now, let's move on to legal strategies. Legal strategies is where VTech could collaborate with global legal experts to ensure compliance with regulations and potentially establish partnerships with local companies to navigate legal complexities. Cultural strategies is where VTech's acceptance can be improved by adapting marketing and product strategies to the new market's cultural preferences, including localizing software, user interfaces, and customer support. And lastly, competitive strategies is where VTech can differentiate itself in the new market by introducing unique features, pricing plans, or unique selling points. To sum up, VTech's successful market entry necessitates a comprehensive understanding of potential challenges and the implementation of effective solutions to overcome them. Now let's look at the financial projections of VTech Private Limited. We will expand the tablet product into local and global markets. So we have prepared a financial plan. We set the tablet selling price at 899 ringgit. In the local market, we target our expected revenue around 8,990,000 ringgit in 2024. When 2025 we import to Vietnam, the expected revenue will increase 50%. The revenue will be higher than 2024, which is the expected revenue around 13,485,000 ringgit. Besides, we also analyzing potential risks such as currency fluctuations, geopolitical issues, and cultural disparities. After that, we have calculated that our initial investment is around 2,275,300 ringgit, and the return on investment, or the ROI, in 2024 is around 1.95%, and it will increase to 62.93% in 2025. Now it is time to have a look at the risk management plan of VTech Private Limited, which includes risk identification, crisis management and business continuity, And lastly, employee training and awareness. First, let's have a look at risk identification. It is a systematic process that evaluates potential risks, uncertainties, and vulnerabilities in a project, considering stakeholders, procedures, resources, and environmental conditions. It enhances organizational resilience, planning, and implementing strategies for IT companies. Moving on, a risk management plan should include crisis management and business continuity to handle unexpected disruptions, identifying potential issues, forming response units, and establishing reliable backups and recovery protocols. And lastly, about employee training, it is crucial for a successful risk management plan in technology businesses, enabling staff to detect, mitigate, and respond to technological cybersecurity issues. Regular communication fosters a proactive workforce, contributing to ongoing improvement of risk management plans. Moving on to the sustainability and corporate responsibility of VTech Private Limited, which includes ethical considerations, social impacts, community engagement, and consider environmental. First, VTech must consider social and ethical issues, including fair labor practices, diversity promotion, and human rights observance to foster a socially conscious company ecosystem. Secondly, VTech prioritizes employee health and safety in cablet manufacturing, offering skill development opportunities, fair compensation, and safe working conditions to maintain ethical standards and strengthen the company's social consciousness. Number 3, VTech's sustainability initiatives involve community engagement, feedback, and issues resolution. They explore community-focused philanthropic funding, technology-focused educational projects, and environmental conservation, forming partnerships and aligning long-term business plans. And lastly, VTech's environmental impact is a business and ethical concern. Ensuring eco-friendly practices can boost reputation, legal compliance, and cost savings, while prioritizing waste reduction through 3R principles. To conclude all this up, VTech Private Limited is a leading player in the cablet technology sector, focusing on costing guidelines, risk analysis, and global operations. They promote educational technology solutions, manage trade between Malaysia and Vietnam, and prioritize employee education. With that, thank you so much for staying till the very end of this presentation. I proudly end this presentation with a thank you. Bye!